So today I'll cover little more about that prepping and all, about relocating to a relocating or having a second place, countryside place. So last time I had spoken about roots and all. So if you find a good community, these communities have some drawbacks. They're all experimental and various models people are trying out. And usually the people who start things, they have some common interests and some peculiarities also. They might have some rules depending on the founders. For example, in some they don't allow alcohol. Some of them they do, and they give you freedom. And then some of them they have ಪಾಂಡವರ ಬತ್ತಿ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣುತ್ತಲ್ಲೇ, ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಹೂ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅದು. So they have some peculiar rules or whatever nitty-gritty of that community. You should look up whether it suits your taste. That's one precaution. And then that legal part, ownership, how much money, all those things also have to be looked into. Then if it is feasible and all, you can join off. That is for people who are quite who are able to live in communities and all. Some people are they are too fussy or too independent minded, freedom loving and all, can't stand those kind of rules. Or if you don't find a good community of your liking in that area what you have selected, then if you have some money to invest and all, then you can buy some property of your own. So once you've been through these, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಹೂ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನೋಡು, ಬಾ, ಚಂದ ಇದೆ. So if you find some, if you don't find, or if you don't like rules and all, you like to make your own rules, and you have some money, you can buy some land. So next few episodes I'll concentrate about that land buying and all that. So whatever it is, wherever you buy, since we are social creatures, you will need services and all, some bank and legal, shops, petrol, then electricians and such things, hospital and all that, medical store, schools if small children are there. So the nearest town, once you identified your farm, if it is there will be a town nearby, the nearest town you have to get familiar with and make some connections there, so that if some problem happens, you're not stuck. And if it is a language, if you're one of that rootless people, some new place, you're trying to make some arrangement and all, you must know that local language, whatever they speak in that area. Then so one way or other you have to get around that language problem. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋ ಸೇಕ್ರೆಡ್ ಇದಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಬಂಡೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು. I think we have come to the border of that that protected area. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ initially it's a good idea to take a small apartment in that town, because since you are not having much connections, you are new to that place, you may not be used to that small town life and all that. It's a good idea to initially get a small apartment, rent out a place, start spending weekends in that new town, so that you get familiar with that place, its bylanes and its people and life over there, what is available in those shops, all that, and use that time to make your connections and locate the property what you want to buy, and then get the documents checked and all such things. And so to survey the new place, to develop some new routes, you start going there and familiarizing yourself, so that after some time you feel quite comfortable when you land up there. You don't feel like an alien, rather it's like a somewhat familiar. So identifying the nearest small town, and then in the initial stages at least, it's almost essential. When you go to that new place, where will you stay? You can't stay in hotels all the time. You can also, it becomes expensive and you don't meet local people. You find a little apartment or whatever, rent a house, you start meeting neighbors, you start making connections. And usually these small town people are quite laid back, and they're not in such a desperate hurry like city people, and they have more curiosity. Where are you from? Who are you? Your language, profession, and all that. So you take a place, get familiar with that start familiarizing yourself with that new town and its situation. That's the next step. So that I'll stop here and cover once again. Continue this topic next time. ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವ್ಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ.